Hey everyone, I hope you're having a great Wednesday. I'm here at my house today, chilling with my cats and my dog, and I really wish we could be in our classroom, but since we can't, y'all know I'm not about to miss a day of reading, especially this spooky story I found. The Legend of Bloody Mary. The bathroom is dark and the door is closed. The only noise is your breath, slow and steady. A flickering candle casts a soft glow on your face. You stare into the mirror and begin whispering, "Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary." This ritual has been a popular and scary slumber party game in the United States since 1970. It's a fear test that only the brave dare play. Why? Because if you believe the legend, chanting Bloody Mary in front of a mirror will summon an angry spirit. Those who played this game claim to see the reflection of a woman, but what she looks like and what happens next is up for debate. Some say she's an evil witch. Others claim to see a gruesome corpse. Some viewers see red tears drip down her face or a dead baby in her arms. She may scream, curse, or even reach out of the mirror to scratch your face bloody with her long fingernails. Skeptics think that sightings of Bloody Mary could be explained by people's eyes playing tricks on them. But legend says this terrifying spirit steals the souls of those who call upon her. Anyone who plays the game could be strangled, trapped in the mirror, or haunted by Bloody Mary's ghost forever. Now, y'all know I'm a chicken, so I have never done this challenge game, whatever you want to call it. But I know some of you guys have, because y'all are a little bit braver than I am. Nobody knows for sure who Bloody Mary was or why she allegedly appears in the reflections of mirrors around the world. There are many different people whom the legend of Bloody Mary could be based on, including English royalty, an accused witch, and an evil murderer. Depending on which version you believe, there are different ways to summon her and different reasons she appears. Skeptics note, this is just a little side information. People disagree as to how many times Bloody Mary should be repeated, anywhere from 3 to 100 times, and others disagree on exactly what to say. Some versions of the tale repeat longer phrases, such as, "Bloody Mary, I have your baby." Still, others perform various actions such as flushing the toilet, blowing out a candle, or spinning around 3 times. I've only ever heard of the one where you spin around 3 times and say it 3 times and then look in the mirror. Queen Mary the First. Are you brave enough to chant the phrases, "Bloody Mary, I stole your baby," or "Bloody Mary, I killed your baby"? The image that appears in the mirror is often said to be the ghost of Queen Mary the First. Legend says that she is unhappily searching for a missing child. Now, I'm going to show you guys her face. I don't know about y'all, but she looks pretty creepy to me. And it says that Mary Tudor ruled England from 1553 to 1558. Her reign was marked by her persecution of Protestants. And then there's a picture here. And it says Thomas Cranmer was a leader of the Protestants. He was burned alive during Queen Mary I's reign. Mary Tudor became the first Queen of England in 1553. Although she only ruled for 5 years, she was a queen no one could forget. She believed that everyone should follow her religion, Roman Catholicism. Those who didn't were burned alive. They were known as Protestants. Hundreds of people fled the country to save themselves, but nearly 300 men, women, and children were captured and killed while Queen Mary I was in charge. The people of England couldn't believe their queen could act so cruelly. They gave her a nickname, Bloody Mary. During this time, Queen Mary was believed to be pregnant twice. She looked pregnant and felt pregnant, but each time, a baby was never born. Afterward, she never mentioned the pregnancies again. She died childless. Now, legend says that her angry ghost haunts the mirrors of children who call to her. She wants to reach through the mirror and capture them. Fact: Today, it is believed that Queen Mary I suffered from false pregnancies. False pregnancy is when a woman believes so strongly that she is pregnant that her body starts changing as if she really was. Mary Worth. Some who play the Bloody Mary game chant the phrase, "I believe in Mary Worth," while holding a single candle. According to local legend, Mary Worth was a witch. She lived on a farm near Chicago, Illinois, around the time of the Civil War. You guys better know when that was. We've talked about that. At that time, many enslaved people tried to escape from the South to the North on a secret network of helpful people called the Underground Railroad. You also better know what that is. Many people believed that instead of providing safety to those who were seeking freedom, Mary Worth captured them. She is said to have performed evil spells on her victims. She would torture them and eventually kill them. It wasn't long before people found out what she was doing. Legend says they put an end to her dark magic by burning her alive. Fact. Some who call upon Bloody Mary Worth claim to see their shower curtains go up in flames, even though their candles were far away. And here's a photo of Mary Worth. Also a creepy looking lady. Years later, a farmer and his wife built a house right on top of the remains of Mary's barn. While farming in the field, the man found a large stone. He moved it to his front yard. Then, strange things started happening. His wife got locked in the house. Plates crashed to the floor. The farmer wondered if the stone he moved was from Mary's gravesite. He tried to put the stone back, but could never find the right spot. According to the legend, the hauntings continued. Years later, the house burned to the ground. Since then, no one has been able to build on that property. Anytime something is built near Mary Worth's barn, it burns to the ground. There is no historical data that proves Mary Worth existed during the time of the Civil War and the Underground Railroad. Even so, her story has become local legend in the Chicago area and continues to be told. If you guys hear noise in the background, I promise it's not Bloody Mary. My cat is just going crazy over here in the corner, moving things around. So, sorry about that. Skeptic's notes. And we know a skeptic is someone who does not believe in the story fully. Some people say a witch named Mary Worth was killed during the Salem witch trials in the late 1600s. But again, there's no historical proof that Mary Worth existed at this time. Another Mary Worth. Others believe Mary Worth was a vain woman who was killed in a car accident. She suffered severe injuries to her face. People say she appears as an angry spirit in mirrors to avenge her death and bring suffering to others. Elizabeth Bathory. Even though her name isn't Mary, Countess Elizabeth Bathory may have inspired the Bloody Mary legend. She loved looking in mirrors, and she really loved blood. The blood of young girls in particular. Elizabeth Bathory ruled from her castle in Slovakia in the 16th and early 17th centuries. During this time, young girls in town kept disappearing. No one knew why, but Elizabeth had a plan. She was obsessed with looking young. Legend says that she believed she could look even more beautiful if she killed young women and bathed in their blood. Gross. Elizabeth started killing castle servants. When there were no more young girls to capture in the castle, she asked the castle guards to kidnap local peasant girls and bring them to her. Skeptic's note. While Elizabeth Bathory was a proven serial killer, there is no historical proof that she bathed in her victims' blood. It is simply a local legend. And there is a photo of her. Elizabeth continued to kill and torture girls. As the years went on, she grew careless. People soon discovered the dead bodies of young women in her castle. Hrad Catchis. In just 6 years, she had tortured and killed up to 650 girls. Elizabeth became known as the Blood Countess. Because she was a noble woman, Elizabeth couldn't be put on trial or sentenced to death. Instead, a brick wall was built in front of her bedroom door to imprison her within her own castle. A few years later, she was found dead. Elizabeth Bathory now holds the Guinness World Record as the most prolific female murderer. Some people who call to Elizabeth's ghost claim to find their faces instantly covered in dripping blood. When they wipe it off, hundreds of scratches mysteriously cover their face. Fact: Elizabeth Bathory was also called Countess Dracula. Bloody Mary around the world. The Bloody Mary tradition is a modern ghost story that has now traveled worldwide thanks to the internet and websites like YouTube. Now kids all over the world repeat the scary phrase in front of their mirrors. Depending on where you live in the world, the ghost's name and how you call to her, what happens afterward can vary. Svarta Madam. In Sweden, kids summon Svarta Madam, the black woman. There are a couple different ways to call to her. Some children chant, "I don't believe in you, Svarta Madam," 12 times while standing in front of a mirror in a dark room. Others say, Black Madam, daughter of the devil, show yourself." Then they splash water on the mirror. The woman who appears in the reflection always looks the same. Glowing yellow eyes, red teeth, black skin, and green hair. What happens next could be good or bad. You could instantly die, or the ghost could bring you bad luck, or possibly good fortune. This legend is so popular in Sweden that there's even been a movie made about it. She looks kind of creepy. Henko Sand. School bathrooms are one of the few places where adults are not watching children, so it's a great place to play a game like Bloody Mary. That may be why a ghostly figure is said to haunt school bathrooms in Japan. Japanese kids claim to hear voices, see doors slam, and watch lights flicker when they're alone in a bathroom. Daring souls try to summon the ghost in person. They stand close to the door of the third bathroom stall and knock 3 times while asking, "Are you there, Henko-san?" People have claimed to see a hand burst through the door. Legends say that the unfamiliar hand will grab the person and kill them. Others say the ghost answers, "Yes, I'm here." Or the door will open a bit by itself. Inside the stall, a girlish ghost wearing an old-fashioned red dress is believed to appear. Flush. Despite the differences, the Bloody Mary tale always has ties to bathrooms, probably because they are small, dark, and have a mirror. You can easily shut off the lights, close the door, and have a little privacy while you play the Bloody Mary game. Some U.S. versions of the Bloody Mary tale go as far as to flush the toilet as part of the ritual. Sometimes the flush is needed to summon the ghost. Other times, a push of the lever turns the water in the toilet red. The ghost girl is named Tor no Hanako-san, which means Hanako of the toilet. Some believe she's the spirit of a young girl who died during World War II. Local legend says that while she was playing hide and seek in the bathroom stall, a plane bombed the school. The building collapsed on top of her. Others believe she was a victim of bullying who hid in the third stall and was later found dead. Maybe that's why her ghost is believed to protect kids who are getting bullied. Veronica. In Spain and Mexico, kids tell a similar Bloody Mary story called Nueve Veces Veronica, or 9 times Veronica. She is believed to be the spirit of a young girl who died while trying to call upon ghosts using a Bible, a red ribbon, and scissors. The legend says that Veronica and her friends were summoning ghosts in an abandoned house. Veronica didn't take it seriously, which made the ghosts mad. Before her friends could react, the scissors allegedly flew through the air, stabbing Veronica in the neck. She died immediately. Those who are brave enough to call for Veronica's ghost light a candle in front of the mirror in a dark room just before midnight. Then, at exactly midnight, they repeat Veronica 9 times. Most importantly, they never laugh or make a joke, so as not to anger Veronica. People say that when she appears, the ghost is seen gripping the bloody scissors in her hands. Some believe Veronica can answer questions about life or death. Others say she will stab you with her scissors. Still, others think that nothing will happen right away, but days later, your mirror may fog up with a message that reads, "I am Veronica." She will quietly haunt your house forever. Believers say there's no way to get rid of her. Fact. When a ghost appears in a physical, human-like form that can be seen, as opposed to a cold burst of air or a spooky feeling or event, it's called an apparition. Okay, and I'm going to pause there for today, so you'll have to wait for tomorrow. And the chapter I'll be reading tomorrow says, "Do you see what I see?" Well, I hope you guys have enjoyed this. Stay tuned. I'm going to post a video later about writing and finding those repeated words and the main idea in a reading passage. So hopefully you guys can get some help if you need it on your packet. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me or any of the other 5th grade teachers. We're here for you even though we don't see you. We love you guys and we miss you, and we can't wait to get back in our classrooms with you. Bye guys.